on this episode of The Legend of Heroes: Trails Through Daybreak. This is the same guy that we talked to about that one guy that was part of that gang. Six hands, blessed with your presence. What? That's no servant of the goddess. That's a monster. Can't believe it. This number before. Oh, hey Zen. Ugh, not you. What do you... Hello everybody, welcome back to an episode of Trails Through Daybreak. In the last part, we returned to Edith. We sorted out some the daily chores. We have some we did some shopping, and saw a couple of optional scenes with Elaine and the bath and all that kind of fun stuff. We went to go see a movie. Now with all that out of the way, we got some job to do before the big job comes in. So we're gonna do that. I will say this. I'm probably gonna be more vigilant when it comes to recording lengths, because the last several videos have been rather too long for my tastes right now. Like with the video with the hotel, before editing it was an hour and 40 minutes. After editing it was only an hour and 20 minutes. Usually I would break that up into two separate parts, like I did with the desert one where we had to go rescue Marielle and Shahina. But I just couldn't find a good breakup spot for that. So when we get to those kinds of scenarios where we're going through a big dungeon with a big boss fight at the end, I'm probably gonna start splitting them up. So I'll probably get to the boss and end the video there, and then do the boss fight in the next video, because the boss fights can be pretty long, especially if you're having multiple attempts at it. Then the scenes that come after it are also pretty long. So I'm probably gonna be more vigilant when I get to those scenarios. So I'm just gonna point that out right now. I don't like having videos that exceed over an hour. A few minutes is fine, but videos that go over an hour, I'm not sure. But I'm gonna try to be more vigilant with my video length. What do we got here? Due to various reasons, I cannot reveal the details of this request, and please forgive me. Danger has approached my lady, and I need your help to save her. I shall explain everything in person. I will be waiting beneath the overpass in the Sidon district. Sure. There's still... Alright, we'll do this one first, since we're already here. What was I about to say? I forgot what I was about to say. Damn it. Hey, mans. Yo, we got your request from Rumsfeld. Are you the guy? I'm the Spriggan from Arkwright Solution. Ah, yes, thank you. It's good to put a face to the name. Your request entailed rescuing a young lady? Yes, let's get right to it. I haven't much time. The lady in question is Brasilia, daughter of the CEO of the Bank of Edith. My name is Rumsfeld, and I serve as the young Mrs. Butler, Mrs. Bodyguard, and Butler and Bodyguard. Oh wow, that's one of the biggest financial institutions in Calvard. They have a watertight reputation from what I hear. They do everything by the book. Wow, that's impressive. So she's really rich? Yeah, so what's the situation? Right, it brings me shame to admit, but she's been kidnapped. We don't know who the perpetrator might be. It only just happened last night. It's a caretaker, I'm just... Yeah, that's serious. I was worried that's what it was. Sounds pretty dire. Did the kidnapper make any demands? What other information do we have to go on? Well, the young miss is a semi-permanent resident here at the hotel penthouse, you see. Her father arranged it for her, hoping it would let her live more on her own terms than if she were at his home. But last night, the young miss slipped away for a night just to herself, and she failed to return. This morning, we found a ransom note delivered to the hotel, written for the president. We have your daughter. 10 million mirror in cash. Bring the money to the exchange point. Bring police to brace her, and we kill her. Indeed. Some individual or group has captured her. The culprit also sent the mobile terminal Brasilia has been using. They're meticulous to a terrifying degree. That's why I turned to you. We need your help to investigate these villains. We'd also like you to accompany her father to the exchange point. Oh, I getcha. They said no police abrasers, but maybe they'll count Spriggan as an exception. Okay, we all right taking this on now? Yes. Alright. We're on the case. Thank you ever so much. I knew I could count on you. So first off, can we talk to the dad? Where is he? Well, the CEO, her father rather, is often busy with his work. He's currently overseeing a project to bring orbital network coverage to rural areas in Calvard. As this involves traveling to said areas, he has no network signal out there. We've been unable to contact him. Yeah, that's a problem. If he doesn't have any signal, we straight up can't call him, right? Yeesh, talk about bad timing. So that pretty much puts him out of the question. We gotta do this on our own, sounds like. I did observe some strange behavior that might be relevant to the case. Lately, Brasilia has been refusing her bodyguards as company for when she goes out. She frequents the Tyrell district on those days. I see. We would keep a watch on her from a distance when she would go there, and found that she had befriended this young man who, pardon my judgment, but he has the air of a ruffian about him. Huh. Maybe could he have roped Brasilia into something shady? Well, in spite of it, their interactions were surprisingly cordial. The young man would buy her ice cream, take her to movies. By all accounts, they were simple friends. We had thought she was in good hands and that we could give her some space, but evidently not. I see. That makes me curious with the young man's background. Same, let's get to work. First up, Tyrell. Oh, do we have some free time before they want the ransom money? We do have time. By all means, take whatever time you need to investigate. The criminals specified Dirk Memorial Park as the exchange point. I'll await you at the park's entrance. Once you've completed your investigation, please send rendezvous with me. Sounds like a plan. Alright. Alright, gang, let's get out there and start digging for clues. Let's head up to the ice cream vendor first and see what they have to say. Understood? I'll keep tabs on the time we have time left before the handover. A daughter in danger? Alright. I remember what I was about to say. So, when it comes to videos, I generally like to stay within an hour. 40 minutes to an hour. Generally, I like to stay. Any longer, I usually go as far as an hour and 10 minutes after, 10 minutes after an hour. That's usually my limit as far as I'll go. If I can avoid it, if I can. Any higher than that, I try to break the videos up, and that's kind of hard to do when I'm in the middle of a big cutscene. So that was also one of the reasons why I couldn't find a good stopping point with the hotel business. So I'm gonna be try to be more vigilant on the times, considering the cutscenes can be pretty lengthy. Hi there, I'm a private investigator working on a case with my assistants here. We're looking into a couple of people for one of our clients at the moment. Have you had a rich-looking girl stop by your stall by any chance? She would have had a young guy with her, something of a delinquent. Oh yes, I know exactly what you must be talking about. They look like the oddest pair together, so they stuck out like a sore thumb. That's great. Could you tell us more about them? Do you remember what they were talking about? What was your impression of them? Let me think. For two people who seemed about as different as you could get, they were getting along unusually well. Like they were pretty good friends. The guy looked like a bit of a rough character, but he was telling her all kinds of things about the Tyrell district. As for the girl, she seemed pretty worried about her relationship with her dad. He was being pretty sweet and trying to give her advice, from what I could hear. That's interesting. So she was talking about her family. Judging by what Rumsfeld told us, it definitely sounded like she and her father weren't all that close. Maybe that's been bothering her. Could you tell us a bit more about the guy? Anything that stuck out about him? Every little detail helps. He didn't seem all that remarkable to me, so it's hard to know what to say. But he did seem surprisingly naive for a guy who otherwise looked like a troublemaker, I can tell you that much. I think I also heard him mention that his mom runs a general store over into Old Town. Did you say general store? Of all people it could have been, it had to be him, huh? Wild. What do you mean, Mr. Arkwright? Is that to say you might know the identity of the young man in question? Yeah, you could say that. Think about it. Old Town General Store, deadbeat son. There's only one guy I can think of who ticks all the boxes. I'm talking about Eddie, the son of the lady who runs the Newberry General Store. Oh, now I get it. You must be right. I've heard rumors before that he likes to go out partying at night. We still don't know how the hell a guy like him wound up meeting such a rich girl, though. There's gotta be more to the story still. We need to find more info. If you're looking for someone else to talk to, why don't you try Macmillan Cafe? I've seen the two of them together talking out on the terrace before a handful of times. Someone there might know something. I see. Thank you for the information. We'll be sure to look into it. Is this the same guy that we talked to about that one guy that was part of that gang? Oh. Hello, Missy. Hi there, I'm a private investigator working on a case with my assistants here. We're looking into a couple of people for one of our clients at the moment. You see any rich young girls hanging around with a rough around the edges guy around here recently? Doesn't have to be a big lead or anything. Or whatever you know, we'd appreciate if you'd share it with us. Oh, a private investigator, huh? That's a neat job you have. You wouldn't happen to be that famous Spriggan that everyone talks about in these parts, would you? Spriggan? Sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about. Not to be rude, but we're pressed for time. We know those two have been on to this cafe, and we're looking to find someone who can tell us more. Sorry if I offended you. Just an everyday I get to talk to people like you. Anyway, I definitely know who you're talking about. I've seen those two people sitting at that table over there a lot lately. They get up to some pretty interesting conversations. I know it's rude, but I can't help but listen on them, you know? Maybe ask what they're discussing in those conversations? Well, earlier the girl I was asking all sorts of things about kidnapping. Like, what sort of cases have there been before, or what goes into kidnapping someone, stuff like that. He had this serious expression on his face, but she looked happy and excited for some reason. If only she thought to ask me. I'm an expert in that sort of thing. I could have told her everything she wanted to know, and then some. This woman appears to have some very peculiar interests. That's so weird. Why would she not want to talk about kidnapping? She must have had some sort of reason. Wait, could it have something to do with this case? Yeah, although we still don't have enough proof to be sure. I don't know what you guys are going on about, but it sounds like you were able to figure something out. Glad I was able to help. Oh, one more thing. That guy seems to run with a pretty tough crowd. You'd better be careful if you're going to keep investigating him. Huh? What sort of people are we talking about? From what I ever heard, he belongs to Desire. They're a nasty. I knew it. It is the same guy from before. They're a nasty gang. Fighting, stealing, blackmailing, you name it. You name it, they've done it and more. Those people aren't above doing anything. Whatever it takes to get what they want, they'll do it without blinking an eye. I don't think that guy understands what he's got himself into. He seems to believe that they have more honors and morals than they really do. The girl didn't seem to know any better either, and just went along with what he had to say. We talked to him before in the past. His name's Eddie, and that was more or less the impression he gave me, yeah. That makes me think they might just be using him for all he's worth if his outlook toward them is that drowsy. That's what I wanted to warn you about. It's not him that you need to be concerned about, it's the people he works with that could be a problem. Right. It's entirely possible Eddie's being put up to something without realizing it. Thanks for the tip. You've given us a lot to work with. Now that we know all that, where should we go next? I think we got a good handle of what's probably going on here. Now we just need to confirm our findings and go from there. From now, we should figure out what's been going on with Eddie. Time to take a trip to Newberry in Old Town. Alright. Fucking Eddie. Fucking Eddie. And Eddie.
Yes.
It's not the Eddie that I know. Hey, Missy. Oops. Hey, Brenda. Dropping by because of a job. I wanted to ask you about your son. Mind telling us what your kid's been up to lately? Oh, Eidos. Should I be worried? Did that boy mind do something? No, it's nothing to be alarmed about. We're just looking into something and we thought to ask him a few questions. How has he been doing lately? Feel free to go into as much detail as you can, please. That's a relief. Or as much can be, really. I get no end of stress when it comes to that boy. As for how he's been lately, something does come to mind. He usually doesn't have a single mirror to his name and will constantly demand that I lend him some, but he looks like he's doing pretty well lately. Actually, he even said he'd finally pay me back all he owed. That's good news, isn't it? You don't sound excited. I know for a fact that boy doesn't have a job. Not even a part-time one. The money he's been getting is coming from that gang he's part of. And if that's not enough, they said they might promote him if he did good with his current job, if you can believe it. I think he mentioned it having to do with helping this girl he met, but I didn't really get it. The plot thickens. Might be some big shit he's up to if they're offering him authority. There's also the matter of the girl in question. At this point, I believe we can more or less piece together what his task entails. So he's really up to something dangerous, isn't he? That stupid son of mine. Could you please lend me a hand? Despite everything, I'm still his mother and would hate to see him hurt. Don't even need to ask. Neighbors gotta look out for each other. Oh boy. I'm glad we're finally able to finally done talking to Brenda. That was a lot. We have everything we need to report back to Mr. Rumsfeld now, don't we? Correct. Considering when the two sides are supposed to meet, the timing couldn't be better. Which means we're heading over to Dirk Memorial Park next. We'll take the time to go through all the info we gathered and come up with an action plan. Sounds good to me. Alright. Hey, mans. Oh, it's so good to see you all. I got your investigation into the culprit was finished, yes? Would you please inform me what you found? Sure, we more or less figured out what led to all this. It's gonna take some explaining, so we'll go one step at a time. First thing you should know is your girl's been hanging around a local punk named Eddie. He's part of a gang known as Desire, though he hasn't really fit in with them for much until now. Desire? I've heard of that group. People say they're so ruthless and cutting, even the police closely monitor their movements. It's true. Yet, despite all that, it seems that Eddie's been making a fair bit of money lately. In fact, it started happening right when he and Brasilia first met. We have reasons to believe that these two facts are connected to each other. I think I understand what you're trying to say. Essentially, you believe that this Eddie fellow is receiving payment in exchange for befriending my lady? Yeah, something like that. Considering who he hangs out with, it makes sense that Desire would put him up to this. Although it's possible the money might actually come directly from Brasilia himself. I see. To that end, we've uncovered evidence that appears to tie all this together. According to his mother, Eddie said something rather peculiar to her. Namely that if his so-called current assignment went well, he could be promoted to the gang's upper leadership. Considering the timing of the statement, it feels all but certain that this assignment in question must refer to the kidnapping and ransom. I see. I believe I understand the situation now. Basically, it was Eddie who committed the kidnapping, while Desire was the organization that masterminded it, correct? Yeah, but that's not all. This is where things get crazy. It looks like Brasilia herself was in on the plan, too. She was? It checks out the more you think about it. Long story short, this whole thing is... it's both! The truth of the matter is, this kidnapping is both real and staged at the same time. I will admit, I had the faintest suspicion deep down that may be indeed the case. Then, let me rephrase my earlier assessment. In essence, my lady initially devised the kidnapping to be staged. However, now that Desire is involved, they're now attempting to turn it into an actual one with genuine stakes, yes? Bingo. They're only pretending to help her with her plan. But in reality, they're after a much bigger payday. Knowing how evil these guys are, I definitely want to put it past them to try something like this. If only I had paid a greater heed to my lady's loneliness. Perhaps she wouldn't have felt the need to go to such extreme lengths. I'm so sorry. I can only imagine how you must feel right now. It is what it is. We can't take back what's already kidnapped. Or what's already kidnapped, what's already happened. I think more than anything, she's trying her best, trying to test her old man and see if he'll choose her over his work. Moving along, I believe his main question now is to go about addressing the ransom itself. You do not have to respond to their demands. You can attempt to ambush them instead if you would prefer. No, that's quite alright. My lady's safety is absolutely paramount. As much as I would prefer to avoid doing so, I'm fully willing to go offer the money. If that's what it takes. You sure? 10 million mira is a massive amount, even for the president of a bank. Indeed it is. Nevertheless, I am prepared to take full responsibility for such a loss. I'm certain that if my master were here, he would come to the same decision without a doubt. As you wish. Alright then, we'll play things straight with them. But keep in mind, we're talking about a gang that had the guts to pull something like this in the first place. I don't think it's realistic to expect these goons to be on the up and up when it comes to time to make the exchange. Best we stay flexible and see how they act. Depending on how it all goes down, we may need to shift gears. If we do, we still might be able to get the girl back without you having to fork over any Mira. No promises, but we'll see. I appreciate the consideration. It's clear how professional and thorough you all are. Regardless, we still have some time remaining before their meeting with my lady's captors is set to commence. Shall we wait here until it's time to depart for the rendezvous point? Let me give it some thought. I'm gonna back out for 1 second. I hate to do this to you, but do you mind if we do make some preparations first before heading out? I don't know, I'll take all the time you need, I'll be here. Alright, so I need to check something. Trying to check my meter. Looks like... Okay. Alright. I think I know what to do. I'm ready to go, mans. Might as well, we're all set on our end. Actually, before we go, I doubt those goons would take too kind to all of us pulling up at once. You should keep the number of people who meet up with them to a minimum. You okay if it's only me and me who tags along? Certainly, that sounds like a wise suggestion. If I may make a suggestion, Mr. Arkwright, why don't you pretend to be my subordinate? Never thought I'd be an under-butler. Works for me. In that case, the rest of us will remain close by so we can quickly move in should we require assistance. That sounds like a plan. Be careful, you two. Good luck, guys. You got this. Thanks, guys. Stay sharp in case things go south. Alright. With only moments to spare, the two can prepare holding an attaché case filled with Mira. There you are. Rumsfeld, you came! Oh, my lady, I'm certain you're alright. Whoa, now, let's not count our chickens before they've hatched. He specifically asked for the girls' pops to come do the trade-off, but I sure don't see him anywhere. What's the deal? Don't tell me he's the guy next to you. I find that a little hard to swallow. No, the master's currently away on business in a remote region. We, as her bodyguards, have been dispatched instead. Sorry, I'm not the guy you're looking for. But don't worry, we still made sure to bring what you're really after. We got 10mm right here. Should be enough to satisfy you, yeah? It's good enough. You did the bare minimum you were expected to do, at least. Sucks to be you, though, eh, girlie? His own daughter gets nabbed, and your old man just throws some cash at the problem. Can't even be bothered to show his face. Don't you think it's a little suspicious he's at work? Maybe he decided to ditch you and hang out with his girl toy instead. My father would never do such a thing. But I suppose, perhaps, that he doesn't love me after all, even if this failed to sway him. Brasilia. My lady, you have nothing to fear. It's true that Master is ill-mannered at times, but there's nobody in all of Zemuri who loves you more than he. If you don't mind, I have a message I'd like for you to hear. Perhaps it'll demonstrate how you will truly feels. Is that my mobile terminal? What's it doing here? The Master sent a recording to this device yesterday. Please have a listen. Is this thing on? Am I being recorded? First, I should explain that I had to take off this morning on the first train out. Since we cannot speak in person, I wanted to leave a message for you at the very least. That's my father's voice. It's really him. I'm sorry, Brasilia. I'm always so distracted with my work, I can only imagine how lonely you must feel. Your birthday's coming up soon, isn't it? I know I was away on other business trips for the past 2 birthdays and wasn't able to celebrate as I should have. But I promise you I'll do whatever it takes to make sure I'm home in time for your birthday this year. And when I do return, I'm going to give you your present myself. Until then, it pains me that I have to leave you alone yet again. Please try to keep your spirits up. Know that I really truly do love you, Brasilia, my darling daughter. Father, I didn't realize you cared so much. Glad he decided to step up and show he knows how to be a dad for once. How'd you manage to come across that voicemail? I'm genuinely impressed. Well, I remember that the master asked me several days ago to send a message to someone. It made me wonder if perhaps it was the young lady to whom he sent it. Then, when you went searching, sure enough, there it was. How could I have been such a fool? I shouldn't have doubted my father and tested him like this. I'm sorry, Rumsfeld. I must confess, this whole kidnapping was planned by me. I was scared your father truly didn't love me, so I... Like nothing of it, my lady. You felt the need to act. I completely understand how you must feel. Thanks, Rumsfeld. I'm okay, Eddie. You can let go of my hand now. I might not have achieved what I set out to do, but I still want to pay everyone what I can in exchange for their time. Brasilia, you don't have to do that. But if you're comfortable with that, I won't stop you. Not so quick, Eddie. This dumbass sob story is over. Now the fun begins. What is the meaning of this? We had a deal. Are you breaking it? You bet your fine rich ass we are. Why take your pitiful paycheck when we can make off with that hefty ransom? And it's all thanks to our wonderful pal Eddie. You couldn't have done it without him. It's not every day that you meet a gullible mark who's just begging to be held hostage and robbed of her own money. You can't be serious. You tricked me, Eddie? I trusted you. No, it's not true. I only agreed to help out with your big campaign. I swear. This is news to me. As for you two gents, don't even think about trying anything funny. Hand over the case nice and quiet like. And make it quick, or else I can't guarantee Daddy's little girl will celebrate her birthday in one piece. You put a single scratch on Miss Brazil, you'll pay for it. Man, I hate being right. I have a feeling it'll go down like this. I didn't ask you to introduce yourself, but I know you're that famous Spriggan everyone's always talking about. I was on the lookout for cops and braces, but I sure didn't count on meeting someone like you. That geezer there is one conniving old fart. So you know about Mr. Arkwright as well, do you? I figured it'd be some mere hoodlum, but it appears you're smarter than you look. A shame you waste on such nonsense. Well, if you know who I am, then we can cut right to the chase. I took on a job and I fully intend to complete it. You're giving that girl back one way or another. If you want to make a deal, we can talk, but not until you hand over her first. Otherwise, I got permission from my butler friend to send you all straight to Eidos. Don't think I won't do it. Hey, hold on. Hey, hold on, Jeffrey. It is alright, I would never stoop to something this low. Put the gun down before we do anything we'll all regret, please. We'd never do something like this? Ha! Don't make me laugh. You don't know the first thing about us. Listen, I got you in the gang for one reason and one reason only. Because you made for a handy and expendable pawn. But you know what? You did good putting this rich brat up to all this. Better than I expected, really. I owe you one, so I'll tell you what. You can leave our gang right now if you're so queasy about getting your hands dirty. How about it? You can't be serious, Jeffrey. Tell me you're lying. I looked up to you. I thought you were they were badass. Quit your sniveling already. Oh, got beat up. Eddie! Anyway, getting back to business. Where were we? Alright, letting the girl go free. I wouldn't push my luck if I were you. Last time I checked, you weren't in a position to be making demands of us. As far as we're concerned, this chick's just a pile of used bait now. You sure want to push your luck? Oh boy. Very well. We shall go ahead and hand over the briefcase. I'll ask that you return the young lady to us unharmed. Yeah, you got my word. Yeah, I believe that. No, step over nice and slowly. Any sudden movements and I'll blow her brains out. Stop right there. Leave the case on the ground and go straight back. Straight back. I'll only let her go if you do. Got it. I hear you. Now comes the tricky part. There's no way he hands her over quietly. We already agreed that Rumsfeld would go in and rescue her while I held these idiots back. The question is what to do about the money. The safest thing would have been to prioritize her safety and let the cash go. But that'd be 10 mirror down the drain. Hardly chump change. On the flip side, Rumsfeld and I could trust Eddie and put the case and focus on rescuing the girl. What to do? Alright, so you can prioritize the safety with Law++, or you can do Trust Eddie with the money for Gray++. And that's the whole reason why I looked at my meter. I think the Gray area is kind of lagging behind just a little bit, so we're going to trust Eddie with the money. It's settled. I'm going to trust Eddie to keep the money safe. You're damn right I did. Now it's your turn. Hand her over now. You think after netting this much cash and doing nothing, I'm just gonna let her go? I have to be stupider than you do. Amazing. If you quit measly little threats and were enough to convince you to part ways with 10 million Mira, you're one of a damn kind. We'll be holding on to her for the time being. Better start scrounging up some more Mira for the next ransom. No. Too damn predictable. Hey, buddy. Want to clear your name and do something good for once? Think fast. Huh? Holy, this thing's heavy. Think you can scam us out of dough, do you? Give it here, Eddie. No, I'm not letting Desire get a single coin. Wrong choice, buddy. I gave you a chance. Now go say hi to Eidos, dipshit. Oh boy. What? My lady, over here. Okay. What the hell are you idiots doing? Don't blame me, boss. That old dick's stronger than he looks. Damn, never thought they'd put this much of a fight. But the numbers are on our side. It's 5 on 2. Or should I say 1? Famous or not, you're still just a single spriggan flying solo. I'd love to see you take all of us on. You think I still work solo, huh? Well, I got bad news for you, pal. Arkwright Solutions is expanding these days. Everybody okay? Your fun's over now that we're here. Now it's 514, though I do believe it's fair to say that the balance of power is tipped in the other direction. Oh, what you say? Thank you for coming to our aid. Some reinforcements? You've got chicks with you. Yeah, we still got the edge. Come on, Jeffrey, let's get him. Damn it. No, we're pulling out. What? You heard me. I said we're pulling out. You heard him, boys. Time to scram. Don't think you've won, jackass. I'll make you regret crossing us. Oh boy. Famous last words. Well, that was surprising. A surprising turn of events. I half expected him to press the luck and come in swinging. Guess his eyes got some brains after all, especially in that fearless leader of theirs. But that's not important. That's not the important thing right now. Shit! I can't believe I actually got shot back there. Ow! Eddie! Rumsfeld, he needs first aid right away. Can you help him? Certainly, my lady. Let me help too. Phew, good work, everyone. We got a lot done today between rescuing Brasilia and patching up Eddie. He's not completely out of the woods. I got a hunch those goons are going to have it out for him after what he pulled. So I took the liberty of tipping the cops off about this whole mess so they can keep on their radar. But at least you'll live to see another day thanks to our little hostage's quick thinking, kid. Eddie did nothing wrong. He was tricked by all the rest of them. How could I not help? He even managed to save the money. Thank you so much for everything, Eddie. I'm so sorry I ever doubted you. What I said was terrible. No, it's okay. I totally understand. I'm the one who ought to be apologizing here. I'm so sorry I put you through that nightmare. I can't tell you how glad I am that you're okay. It's nice to see you two make amends. We'll cover the cost of his care. It's the least we can do to repay him for what he's done. Looks like you can handle things from here then. Unless you need anything else, I think we're going to bounce. Mr. Arkwright, everyone, thank you again for your assistance. I cannot begin to tell you just how grateful I am for having you on your side. On our side. Alright. That resolved rather peacefully. Alright. That's that. And they booked it out of here too. Alright, next thing we're gonna do is... let's go to Station Street. Got here. My father's become ensnared by a suspicious new religion. I don't want him to force to quit, but I'm rather worried that I haven't heard from him. And so I have to ask if it's possible to check on his safety. I'll be waiting below the pedestrian bridge near the Orbital store. Oh boy. Alright. We'll bang that one out. Hey mans. Are you Stefan? The guy that wrote that request? Or with Arkwright Solutions? He really came! Oh, thank goodness. I was worried you wouldn't even see my request. You mentioned worrying about the safety of your father? Yeah, he got himself caught up in the suspicious new religion. What he chooses to believe is his own choice, of course, but I haven't been able to get in touch with him for some time now. That's why I'd like you to try and find out if he's alright or not. That's all? Don't you want us to try and knock some sense into him? I feel like that's what most people in your position would try to do. I have mixed feelings on the whole situation, to be honest. That religion in particular. He hasn't been all bad on us, or him, really. Have you heard about them? They're called Libra Domina. Never heard of it, no. Nor have I. Its fundamental beliefs are largely the same as those of the Septian Church. They worship idols, for one. But on top of that, it's also based heavily on the concept of karma. Doing good deeds bring good rewards, while bad ones do the opposite. That doesn't sound so bad to me. As I said, it's actually done a lot of good for him. My father was kind of a terrible person before he joined them, you see. He refused to work and would just spend all his time either gambling or drinking himself silly. Mom got tired of it and they eventually divorced. I didn't see him after that. Well, not until recently. When I finally met him again, he was like a whole different person. A friend of his apparently recommended him that he join the church, which he did. And the church put him back on the right track. Pretty much, he became a really hard worker and dropped off both drinking and gambling. He's shown regret for turning his back on his family at the time, too. I can't say it's all bad. I'm probably happy he joined it, actually. But I just can't shake this anxiety I feel the more I hear about them. What have you heard about them? Once people join the church, they start trying to convince anyone and everyone to join, too. Recruiting more members is considered one of the good deeds I mentioned earlier, and it lets you level up as a person. I've heard that those who donate particularly large sums of mirror are given special blessings by the religion's guru, too. My father's hoping that if he does enough good deeds, he'll be able to bring our family back together. Nothing wrong with wanting to do good things, yeah, but I'm not too sure about the recruitment and donations. The Orisha, who I believe in, has no interest in those things. So that's why you're worried? Yes. I mean, what if it's just the tip of the iceberg? What if there were worse things happening behind closed doors I don't know about? So, can I ask you to go and check on him? This really is a job more fit for us than the guild or the cops. What should we do? Should we take on the job? Yes, we should. We're right here. Sure, we'll take your job on. With that settled, next step is figuring out where to start looking. You said a friend of your dad's is the one who convinced him to join the church, yeah? Yes, that's right. His name is Carson. I remember hearing that he's usually in the Riverside district at this time of the day. Around the Terrace area specifically. I think most people that want to join the religion or having a sort of interest in it have to go through him. Good start as any. Alright, let's head to Riverside and see if we can find this Carson. Just leave the rest to us. I'll let you know if we learn anything useful. Thank you. Good luck. Should go ahead and make our way over to the Terrace area of the Riverside district. Alright. Oh, there's the Terrace. Check. Terrace. Where you at? Oh, there you are. That looks like the person my client told me about. Hey there, you Carson, yeah? Stefan told me to come to you. Oh yes, so you know Walton's son then. I'm Carson, yes. I'm pleased to know you have an interest in our activities. Allow me to explain, Libro Domina. Yeah, about that. Was kind of hoping you could hear all about this from Stefan's dad, you know? Walton, I mean. I see. Fortunately, Walton is currently busy with religious service. What kind of religious service? Ah, yes. Walton hasn't been able to make his tithes yet lately, I believe. He's helping out the services of the church. After all, tithes and good deeds both pave the road to a virtuous life. So, if you would allow me to explain our faith to you, I will. Do you wish to join the Liber Domina faith? Well, I'm intrigued at least. Of course, I can imagine you'll need to experience the wonder of our beliefs first. As it happens, though, you are in fact quite fortunate. You see, we're scheduled soon to hold up the ceremony of purifying scales. The ceremony of purifying scales? What's that? Well, to start with, so I should make clear that Libra in our faith's name is the same Libra of the scales, or Libra. Is it Libra? Probably. All is made equal by scales. Judgment is passed in the ceremony. Good shall be repaid with good, evil shall be repaid in evil. Aha, so that's the particular flavor of your faith. So then, what should happen when the scales tip? Well, for those who don't done much good, our guru will grant them a blessing. The one who's done little good, or one who's done too much evil, our religious leader hands down divine punishment. Don't like the sound of that. What does the divine punishment of yours entail? Should it be called for? They'll be forced to even the scales of their own blood. Wait a moment, with their blood? How exactly? Well, honestly, I'm not sure myself. After all, I've never done an evil deed in my life, so I'm not privy to the details. You need not worry about it. As long as you earn your good deeds by preaching and tithing, you shouldn't have a cause to meet such a fate. Jaeger Corps can be pretty hard on people who break the rules too, but I don't know. This feels totally different. I don't like it. Come to think of it, Walton will probably be partaking in the gathering too. Busy he might be, and with service, joining the ritual is the duty of all believers. Yeah, we'll take you up on that offer to see the ritual then. Might be a good way to figure out if we want to join your faith or not. Well, of course, I'm thrilled to hear you're interested. The ceremony of purifying scales should be starting momentarily, in fact. The site is a sacred place suitable for freeing and purifying the souls of the people. Riverside's concert hall, of course, which we have reserved for our use. Now, if you don't mind, I'll head over there so I can inform the receptionist that you'll be coming. Sure, thanks. The Libra Domina feel more dangerous than I first thought they would be. The silver lining is that it sounds like our client's favorite father is still well. I do hope we'll be able to find him at this meeting. Nothing we can do except roll with the punches. It did sound like everyone would turn up though. Y'all be careful while we're there. Of course, this mistake could turn the entire room of disciples into enemies. I don't know what they were going on about with the concert hall being sacred or whatever. Anyway, let's stop those weirdos. Oh boy. I thought the concert hall wasn't open during the day. How could they reserve it? All right. I've been waiting for you. I've already spoken to the receptionist about your wish to observe our ceremony. It will begin momentarily. Are you ready to join us? Yes. We're good. Show us in. Of course, come with me. Goddess Isles, we offer our gratitude this holy day. I've done so many good deeds, I'm guaranteed a blessing. Glory to Libra Domina! Oh boy. I already kind of regret coming here. It's so overwhelming. I'll excuse myself now. May our guru bless you all. Yeah, thanks. Goodness, they're certainly passionate. They sure are. Might be new and all, but I get the feeling they're soon gonna be a big pain in the ass at this rate. Honestly, I'd be out the door already, but we gotta find our client's father first. I believe I located him. That man over there might be him. Yes, he matches the description. Good, that confirms that he's alive at least. What do we do now? Everyone, let us offer up our prayers of gratitude this day, guided by the scales. Oh boy, here we go. Dear idols, gods of the sky, we thank you for this day of salvation. Very well then. In the name of idols, I hereby proclaim the beginning of the ceremony of purifying scales. We shall correct the injustices that have been left untouched for right and wrong and purify our chaotic world. Or like mindless drones and people here. Should we follow along as well? Nah, we're just observers, remember? Don't gotta do anything. Yet. I get creeped the hell out anyway. Just thinking about it, acting like him. Me too. I feel like even just imitating them would be an offense to Arusha. First, let's begin by rewarding those whose scale is tipped with heavy with good deeds. Followers Carson and Dolly, please step forward. Your worthy ties and deeds and attracting new followers have caught the eyes of our goddess. Therefore, I grant you both the title of honorary evangelist. Evangelist? Is that how you say that word? May you both be a role model of all followers of our faith. Honorary evangelist? I'm hardly worthy of such a great honor. I'll dedicate my whole life to providing myself worthy of such a title. That's the St. Carson we were speaking of before, yes? At least he looks happy, but with the donations and recruitment, it just feels like our classic pyramid scheme in here. To continue forward, it's time to punish those whose scales tip heavy with evil deeds. Follower Walton and two transgressors from the other day, please step up. There's Mr. Walton, but what does he mean by transgressors? This is going from bad to worse. First, the transgressors. Though followers of your faith it may be, you're insincere. You consider as deviants, going as far as to report us to the authorities. Violating the teachings of idols is a sin heavier than any other. Therefore, I shall hand down your deserved divine punishment in her place. What? Screw that, you crazy cultist! You're a madman! I just stopped by for the hell of it. I'm so done with this. Let us go. And you, follower Walton, stand to receive the gods of divine punishment as well. I am well aware that my ties are insufficient and I failed to do enough good deeds. But I've been trying very hard to serve the faith by handing out flyers and recruiting people. I will serve as best as I possibly can. Please, I beg for a merciful judgment. You admit your failure by doing enough good deeds, but fail to acknowledge all the evil burdens you carry with you. You continue to fail to take responsibility for your past. Were you not a drinker and a gambler, one that neglected his family while at it? Your lack of good deeds and the heavy weight of your evil deeds tip the gods' scales ever away from your favor. That can't be! I thought that by repenting and dedicating myself to my faith, my sins would go away and I'll be able to return to my family. That would only be possible if you even the scales of good deeds. Dare you object to the goddess' judgment? No. You needn't fear, divine punishment as it may be, our sacred ritual will cleanse you from your sins. Open your arms wide to your judgment. I shall observe your last moments myself. Now, away with you three. today's judgments, idols and scales find themselves even once more. And you will continue with good deeds evermore, so the gods may acknowledge you. Oh boy. This is utterly beyond the pale. Letting a religious movement like this stand is a threat to everyone. Makes you feel sick. Let's bounce for a car as he gets back. Let's chase after our client's father and the rest. Oh boy. When they got outside, they saw the guru boarding a luxury sedan driven by the Libra Domina follower. They also saw Walt and the other true transgressors being forced into a second car. Juan approached the leader as they were climbing into the cars, managed to slip something onto them unseen. Did you just attach something to the guru's clothes? Was it a transmitter? That's the kind of thing you hear about in spy movies and such. You got it. Bit of an older model, really, but it's the same grade as they used by foreign intelligence divisions and such. Got it through some, let's say, less than legal means. Been waiting for a while to get the chance to use it. I'll send its signal straight to his Zypha, but let's report back to our client first. Gotta make sure he's aware that we found his dad. Allow me to make the report then. Go for it. Let's hurry, gang. Alright. Soon after, the transmitter stopped and they arrived somewhere. So they skipped the dialogue. So they've gone underground. It's quite the ideal place for illicit activities of going undetected here as you grow old. Let's get out of him or we're gonna lose him. Right. Alright. I was worried this might happen. The trackers are so old that Sin was too weak to actively follow underground like this. Should we split up and see if we can find them? Please wait one moment. The transmitter and orbital waves are faint, but it is possible to detect them. So if I use Marduk's search software, I should be able to pinpoint the transmitter's rough location. You can really do that? It worked. The transmitter is currently north of us, moving farther into the ruins. You really did it. That's amazing. You're really earning your keep, huh? Let's get moving. Right. Where am I going? Oh, I'm going all the way at the end. Can I just teleport there? This is one of the Giacomo's old hideouts. Huh. That's a funny coincidence. Anyway, we ain't got time to waste. We're going in. Several minutes before. You son of a bitch! What are we doing down here? You can shove your divine punishment up your ass! Oh, idols, please forgive me for my sins. Purification ritual before the ceremony is now complete. Now I shall summon a servant of the gods to deliver your punishment. Oh, one of her 6 hands, bless us with your presence. What? That's no servant of the goddess, that's a monster! Can't believe it. I'll admit that as much as I try to make them seem like a legitimate church, this part straddles a line of believability. Fortunately, this is the only powerful monster that the artifact is capable of summoning, so I fear I'll have to do. It's a little nightmare to control, but I'll have you know, it refuses to do what I tell it to unless it gets fed in a timely manner. What is the meaning of this? Have you been deceiving us, Father? Not at all. I never expected anyone to really believe my lies. You just happened to be gullible enough to do so. Besides, when I said I would send you to meet your maker, I very much meant it. That is exactly where you will be going. I can't believe it. This is the end for us? This is an apology you want. I'll apologize all you want, so please. Sorry, Stefan. Sorry, dear. Forgive me for my stupidity. Good job out yourself, you shady bastard. I sure didn't expect you to have an artifact, though. Where'd you get your hands on that thing? Who are you? No, I know you. You were at the ceremony earlier. You got us. We're Rockride Solutions, and the son of these fine gens asked us to come investigate you. You're looking at me. And Stefan sent you? Indeed, he wanted to know if you were safe and nothing more. However, now that we know you're in danger, we cannot turn a blind eye. Move behind us, everyone. Alright. You should also know that we recorded what you said earlier. I was disgusted by what I heard, too. You talk of good deeds, and it's all just a scheme to make you money. If that wasn't bad enough, now you're treating their lives like playthings. What are you even trying to do? You just said it yourself. All I care about was getting rich. All I had to do was dream up a plausible sounding church and flex my acting chops a little. And the mirrors just flowed right on in. I stumbled on this artifact by complete coincidence, and it gets rid of anyone that stands in my way, so I'm more than happy to keep using it. I can't picture a better enterprise than this. Maybe it's partly true that people shouldn't have fallen for your lies and wanting to earn money isn't a bad thing in itself. But you're abusing the goddess's name, and your way of earning it is just so shameless and scummy that you don't deserve to get away with it. Well, you're free to think whatever you want, because you'll be carrying those feelings to the grave in a few minutes. Go forth, divine messenger, you'll be punching them first! Come on, we're taking him down. Alright, a fucking squid. Tiamat. Alright, he's weak to Earth. Alright. Whip that up. Alright. How do you miss? Alright, 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 Alright. Now let's see what Danzel's jail is like. Alright, mans. Thanatos jail! Ooh. That's kind of gruesome. Nice! Sark feather, love it. Alright. Alright, this guy's just gonna spam Earthquaker, isn't he? Get that! Great! Alright. Alright. Ow. Alright. Nice! Alright. 0 arts, I will take it. Alright. Oh, cool, you're stunned. Love it. Which means you're probably not gonna hit him, right? Oh, you actually did. I suck. Look at that. That's practically a full heal. Alright. Nice. I did the wrong one. That's fine. I meant to use Ignis Rampage. That. Fucking squid. No! Are you alright, father? Yes, I'm fine. I just never imagined my pet would be defeated. Phew, now we can finally talk for real. That thing was tough. But now that you've lost, it's time for you to admit it and let everyone go. Never, as long as I have this fool, I'll never lose. Get back up. You still haven't wiped the floor with them yet for me. What was that sound? Was it in the ceiling or the flute? I think it was both. That's bad. They're both at the limit. If he blows the flute again, it's gonna break and the monster will go berserk. Which is gonna make the crack the ceiling even bigger. And now bring the entire thing down. Should I finish him off the monster before that can happen? Or try to warn our con man priest if he's probably not gonna listen. Alright, so this one's a bit different. You can go for Chaos ++ to warn him of the danger, or you can kill the monster for Law ++. But if you do that, if you kill the monster, you will get a second boss fight. But since I want the since I kind of want the XP, we're gonna kill the monster. I've got no time to stress over this. I'm just gonna have to finish the monster. No, you don't. No, how could this happen? No! I just have this much strength left. It's more formidable than I thought. Storing time here. What do you mean? Get the others out of the room. I'll handle the monster on my own. Understood. Then please be careful. Here I go. Hope this works. Alright. Okay. I can handle him. No problem. That. Chaos! Fucking squid. Phew, that was a close one. I don't think the ceiling will hold much longer either way though, so I'd better still hurry on out of here. Can't believe this is happening. I was supposed to be invincible as long as I had that flute. Almost forgot about you. Fine, I'll drag you out of here too. Whew, not a moment too soon, huh? I had no idea the ceiling was about to collapse. I'm amazed you realized, Vaughn. More than anything, I'm just glad that everyone's out alright. I couldn't agree more. Regardless, we're going to need to take this con man in red robes into custody. Should we hand him over to the police when we get back to the surface? It seems a bit much for us to handle on our own. Yeah, I think that's the best plan. As for you, we got somewhere else to take you. Oh, does this mean... I'm so glad you're okay, Dad. You look like you've been lost a bit of weight since I last saw you, though. Maybe I did. I'm so sorry for worrying you, son. I was just so desperate to get our family back together. The church gave me hope that I might, and I foolishly clung to it. After everything, I was led astray again. I'm so ashamed. I still have work to do to be the man I want to be. If anything, it's good to see you being so honest with yourself. Don't worry, I'll be here to support you through it. I'll do it all, Dad. We'll improve together, no matter how long it takes. Stefan, thank you. It's so nice to see a happy ending. I really can't thank you enough. Nor can I. I shudder to think what could have happened if you hadn't come in and helped me, Dad. Thank you so much. Don't mention it. Just doing my job. The guru and his accomplices have been arrested. I'm certain it's only a matter of time for the police dismantle the church itself. And the police said they would help with the care of anyone feeling the shock of the events that had just happened. Now you can do your best not to cause any more trouble. Oh, of course. You got my word on that. Well, I think it's about time we get back to work. Once again, thank you, and take care. Sure, same to you. New religions! Fuck the religions! Alright! Nice. Your Zypha's ringing, Vaughn. So it is. I swear I've seen this number before. Oh, hey Zen. Ugh, not you. What do you... Can you blame me for being wary? You people are always hovering over me and judging how I choose and handle my work. Plus, I have a stinking feeling you're only calling me to bring more trouble to my doorstep. Again. Hmm? The 13th. Sure, you don't need me to spell out what that means. You struck me as the kind of guy who would drop by there a lot. No comment. I'm curious, what business do you have there? Oh, nothing major. But it's not exactly a place I fit in, especially as of late. So I figured I'd ask you if you could tag along. Come on, help a guy out, will you? Alright, you win. You owe me one after this one, though. Want to meet up in the C3 area? Sure thing. Oh, and don't feel like you need to rush if you got other business to take care of. I can keep myself busy while I wait. So what do you want? Oh, nothing much. Don't worry about it. Guess I'll head over there once I've wrapped up my other work. Oh. Alright, that doesn't sound good at all. Alright, well, we're at that time anyway. We got one more side quest we gotta do, I think. And then, we got some connection events to do. So, I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you then. Later.